Hi, thank you for clicking on this video. So we're gonna be making a tribute page in this video, and I did leave my last video in sort of a cliffhanger as to who the tribute page was going to be about, the person that we're gonna be making the tribute page about. We're gonna be trying to do as many projects as possible so that we can actually learn all these subjects. But so for tomorrow's project, we're gonna be doing a tribute page, right? I try to basically what I did was I just went online and looked for like a basic HTML projects that you can do, and one of the recommended ones was a tribute page. So we're pretty much just gonna do that. We're gonna make a tribute page, and I won't tell you who it's about, but yeah, hopefully the person I'm making this tribute page will actually end up seeing it. And yeah, you're gonna actually find out who it is by watching this video. And I also want to talk about we're gonna be using everything that we've learned so far in the head first book. So just you should be seeing on your screen everything that we've learned so far, all the elements and stuff that we've learned, and we're going to be using all of those to make a tribute page. And this is going to be a very basic project. It's something that all of you can follow and do on your own just by using the elements and the concept that we learned so far in the head first HTML book. Also, we're going to take a look at some basic tribute pages as examples to get inspired, get our imagination going to see what they look like, other projects that people have made like this, so that when we making our own version, we can have something that as something that's like a foundation to build upon, like general ideas that things we want to implement. Of course, it's probably not going to look as good as you might see the tribute pages some other people have made, but we're gonna make our own using the very basic stuff we've learned so far. So it's gonna be really fun, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Also, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Make sure to definitely subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be notified for whenever I will uploading my videos. So that's it. Let's get right into it. David Goggins. That's who we're going to be making our tribute page about. Now you might be saying, well, who is David Goggins? Well, first of all, I'm going to talk about what he's done and why he matters to me. David Goggins lost about 100 pounds or 50 kilograms before getting to the Navy SEAL when he was about age 24, I believe. He was in the Air Force for about 4 years. He did a 100-kilometer ultra run. He was in free hell weeks, which if you don't know what hell week is, look it up. But it's basically a week where you barely get any sleep, you just work your ass off, and most people don't even survive it. And most people don't even survive one hell week, let alone free hell weeks. He's the only person in the history of Navy SEAL who's ever been through free hell weeks, right? So remember that. But yeah, you get the point. So yeah, why am I making a tribute page about David Goggins? There are so many badass people like this. But first of all, he's considered by many people to be the toughest man alive, right? So that's already something, am I right? But yeah, so David Goggins is kind of like my, someone I really look up to. About a year ago, I think, I started, I just got sick of everything. I just got sick of my life, and I wanted to change. And then I found out about David Goggins. He's someone who has had a lot of problems. You can look him up for yourself, but basically he had a really tough childhood like myself, and he just got sick of himself. Of course, he did it when he was in his mid-20s. I did when I was in my late teens, right? But he got sick of his life. He just wanted better things. He just wanted a better life. He just wanted to be a better person. And the same thing kind of happened with me. And I'm not saying I'm on the same level of willpower, or uh, I'm not as like tough as he is, right? But I'm trying to be my best version, and and he was a big part of it, like for sure. He definitely helped me a lot. And seeing someone like him, seeing that someone who had he was just in such a terrible situation, I had such a terrible life, and he still managed to turn it around in a. It didn't happen overnight, of course, but it after a couple of years after trying, he managed to change himself slowly over time. And he also used to stutter like I do, so that's another thing. Like I've had a lot of similarities with him. He also has certain physical body issues. Like for example, he has a problem with his heart, I believe, and I have a problem with my left leg, and where I can't run too much because there's an extra bone in my left leg. But yeah, he's the one we're gonna be making our tribute page about. I just wanted to talk about him a little bit, and yeah, I'm not sure if he's gonna watch this video. Probably not. He probably won't end up seeing it because it's like there's like 20 people at best that are gonna watch this video, right? But yeah, let's get into it. Let's make a tribute page for him.
Well, before we actually get into the video, I wanted to showcase the elements that we'll be using in our video. So this way it's easier to follow for people who haven't been watching all of my previous videos. First of all, we have H1 and then image and title, EM, P, and style, and the A element at the end, right? So let's talk about each one of these individually. First of all, we have our headings, which the H1 goes from H1 to all the way to H6, right? So these are basically going to be your headings. You're going to see what they actually look like in our project. But there is as headings. For example, you can use this as a heading for let's say a certain fruit, and then beneath that you can use a paragraph to write the description for that fruit. Then we have img for image. You want to have an image on your website which has an attribute of src or source that links to the image that we want to be using. And then we have title, pretty self-explanatory. It's just the title of your site. It's going to be shown on top of your browser. Then we have em, which is for emphasize. You want to emphasize something that's important about our web page. For example, we can emphasize David Goggins' name or his achievements. Then we have P for paragraph. Paragraph doesn't much to say about that either. Then we have a style, which is probably going to be one of the key elements that you're going to be seeing in this project. And yeah, a style. I don't want to talk too much about it right now. And finally, we have the A element, which can be used to link to something. We can use the A element to link to another web page that's outside of our own website. We can use it to link to another part of our own website, and we can do a lot of this element. It's very flexible. Or we're looking at the site that we're going to be using as sort of our own template. It's not something that necessarily we're going to be making exactly like this, but it's a very basic tribute page that you're seeing on the screen right now, that we're going to be making something kind of like this for David Goggins for our own project, of course. And yeah, you can see it doesn't look anything too complicated. It's very much doable. There is some stuff here, like for example, it uses a list. It uses an unordered list right here, which we haven't learned so far. But we're going to be just sticking to everything that we've learned so far to make a site like this. As you've noticed on your screen right now, there's 3 parts on top of the page, on top of the web page. I'm gonna talk about those in a second, but yeah. You can okay, so here we are. We're gonna be using HTML and CSS to make this site. And again, if you look at the HTML stuff in here, it's nothing that's too complicated. We can pretty much make this stuff. It does use div and br for breaking line, and some of the stuff that we haven't learned, but it's very much doable. We just have to be a little bit creative about the way we write our code. That's it. And then the CSS for it, it has doesn't much to say about that either. Just use some very basic CSS stuff, like position, font size, that sort of stuff, colors, font family. It's very much doable. It's a very doable project. It's nothing too complicated. And on the JavaScript side, which is the one on the right, this one right here, yeah, this one is empty because this site doesn't use any JavaScript. And since we haven't learned JavaScript right now, it's gonna be great for us because we can't use JavaScript either. So yeah.
I'm headed to the bottom of the bottle. I've been drowning, I've been floating away. Every other dollar that I got in bed, I probably went and pissed it away. I ain't fucking okay, I ain't liking it, babe. I don't even wanna talk, I'm just smoking my haze. I've been stuck in my ways, I've been stuck here for days. I've been staring at the clock as the radio plays. I'm enslaved. Yeah. Rolling another, I'm stuck in my seat from the whole control of my speech. Yeah, I've been trying to get off this couch for a minute and a whole damn week. No kidding, I'm skinny, I cannot eat. Got a million motherfuckers that depend on me. Yeah, every friend in my family, from a girl, every fan I meet myself. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down to make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life ever when I knew not to make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose it. Full of stage, trying to find my pain. I see the sun coming out of that rain. My day really not tame. I'ma never slow down. I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage, it's taking over. Ripping harder, more less. Never stop, no rest. Till the stress is breath in my chest. Till it's diamonds wrapping my neck. Progress to a god from a goddamn mess. Hopeless, more tests, more blessed. Dug deep down, trying to find my best. Find a beast, had to kill a conquest, I'm next. I'm too on till I'm too off. Come down, make new thoughts, like jumping off of that rooftop. Whole life ever when I I can make moves based on my mood drops. Like who's lost? Like who's lost? It's yo, steadily killing me, running my brain full of shame. I don't wanna lose weight. Full of stage, trying to run my pain. See the sun coming out of that rain. Mind ain't really my tame. I'ma never slow down. I'ma never behave. Stuck inside this prison, inside this cage. It's taking over. I'm a slave for you.
Okay, so here we are at my desktop, and we're gonna be looking at the code that we created for this project. So, first of all, we have the usual stuff, and then we move on to the title. Use the title element just once in this project, and use the toughest man alive. And if we click on this web page, we can see it right here. The toughest man alive is right on top. Then we go back, and that's it for the head part. Then we go move on to body. For the body, if you've noticed, I've styled the entire body, right? Meaning that all of this is styled, as you can see right here. Kind of similar to the tribute page we saw. So we styled the whole body, and then we started with two parts. We had the background color and the color. This color is for the text that we read inside our body, meaning that all of the text inside our body are going to be color white. Now we could change it by adding a certain style, for example adding a style to this paragraph, and then making it black where the text in this section will turn into black. But we just wanted to keep it consistent, and all of the text in our web page is going to be white right here, as you can see. Then after that, we move on to the first heading, right? We use the style for this one, and we use it to move it to the center of the web page. It's for David Goggins, and then toughest man alive, another heading. We made it H3. We could have made it H2, but I chose H3, so I wanted to be more of a noticeable change. And then we have our image, as we can see right here. It's David Goggins in Hell Week. Not much to say. We have a source to link it to where the project actually is right here. And then we have alt. This is what shows up when the web page doesn't work. For example, for whatever reason, maybe the user is having a slow connection, it just can't load this picture in time. Instead of just being nothing here, it shows the user this text right here, helvig / something went wrong. So even though the user can't actually see the image, they can see what the image was about. The image was about the hell week. And then we had this part doesn't matter too much. Then another paragraph, you can use EM elements to emphasize David Goggins. As you can see right here, it changed into a italic, right? It's different. The David Goggins in here is different from the other text in this code, this text. And then we move on to another heading. We use this from the wiki page for David Goggins. Then finally, an A element to link to the wiki page for him. And here then we end the code. So you've made it to the end of the video. First of all, I want to thank you so much for watching until the very end, and I want to ask you to subscribe, hit the like button, leave a comment down below, and turn notification for whenever I'm uploading my videos. Lastly, again, thank you so much for watching till the very end. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you had a good time, and I will see you next time.